is a good question, although most of you here probably don't really care a whole lot, because you don't even know what we're talking about. You know? All of us up here do. And I too, am concerned about locating it where they want to put it. And in fact, I even talked to the CEO of Waste Connections, because I thought Waste Connections was behind this whole move. And what I found out was, no, we're kind of being forced to go there. Well, that's very interesting. Forced by whom? Well, you know, it's a political decision rather than a decision made the way it should be made, as Barbara mentioned, in an honest, open, transparent way. Apparently, there's some good old boys up there who want to move that to make some money on the property. And Waste Connections is not promoting it. They're kind of caught in the middle. I was very surprised to hear that. So, you know, when you start digging into these little things, you find those things out. And I too think that we should revisit that and really identify a good spot, recognizing that no matter where you put something like that, you're going to have NIMBY all over the place. People are not going to want to have it there, but wherever it is. But I'm convinced that's not the best place. I'm really convinced that the right process is not used to determine where it's at.
Assembly Bill 939 passed approximately 1991, which stated that we had to divert our waste stream and recycle. Due to the state regulations, the county built a recovery facility, and I was on the board that voted for the existing facility. And to this day, I have not seen the analysis that tells us that the current facility is outdated. So the first thing I would like to do is to open up the books, take a look at that analysis to make sure what is being said is actually true. There's a proposed 450,000 square feet of commercial that's being proposed there, and those folks that own that property would like the facility moved. I believe that moving it across Missouri Flat Road would cause a lot of infrastructure costs. I believe it's problematic for through traffic. I believe the cost is extremely high. The citizenry, the business park, the residents there are very apprehensive about that process, and I'm not too keen on the idea of moving it across that Missouri Flat Road over into the industrial park. I believe there are other areas. For example, the existing dump, it worked fine for many years. The county owns the property, and it looks like that might make a lot of sense. There may be some infrastructure improvements necessary to be made, but I really think Missouri Flat Road might be problematic to try to put in one massive signal in that area.
Again, I think when you have to look at the trash hauling that we have here in El Dorado Hills or Cameron Park or Travis County, you have a private business that has a franchise to move this. And there is private interests involved in this that have competing desires for land. And one of the things I think, and I think it takes a larger study to really look at where it should be. The current location may work very well. You have to understand, our trash that's picked up here in El Dorado Hills, Cameron Park, gets trucked all the way to Diamond Springs area, and then they bring it back down the hill. So, let's take a look at maybe we can find someplace. There's industrial zone land south of Highway 50 that the only thing that's surrounding it right now are, cattle grazing, where we wouldn't have a problem with that. But this is a private matter from a private company who has a franchise that we need to take a look at the larger, bigger problem of where the trash goes up to, where it comes down to, and how it's going to be recycled. Because I'm a big believer in recycling, but it's in the private industry right now, and I think we also need to take a look at competing private interests that may have a vested interest of where they should or should not be. But I don't think it's a simple answer saying, yes, it should go here and it shouldn't go there. I think there's a bigger picture that needs to be looked at.
And I have a 30-second report. And I would concur with that statement. However, much of our waste stream is going to Kiefer and to other places. It does not make sense to take our trash all the way up the hill, 1,000 foot in elevation, and then have it recycled and brought back down the hill. And the energy it takes to accomplish that, I think we can be more efficient. I believe Kiefer is actually probably the same distance, but it's out in some open country. We could probably utilize that facility a lot better.